G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. Well, I've upgraded my PopOS. I installed it as 20.04 long-term support, then I upgraded it to the next one, which was the 20.10. Now I'm running 21.04. Upgraded it last night. Let's have a quick look at that in the About here. And as you'll see, it's PopOS 21.04, which means I get all the new goodies that comes with 21.04. You got this dock here, which can be changed to suit out to the edges, or you can have it like so. Got these nice little rounded corners on the active application there, as you can see, and also dots underneath any application that's open. So if we have a look at the settings itself, now if you go into actually the extensions, because they come by default. Now if we let's try that again. So if we hit the super key, you can change the window to whichever application you wish. It's like an Alt Tab, so that's pretty handy. So let's do that. No, I didn't want the settings, I wanted the extensions actually. Extensions. Now in the extensions you've got these settings here, and you can change the dock. What have we got here? User themes, Cosmic Dock. That's you got to do it in settings. That's right. In settings we go to desktop, go to the dock, and we can change things in here. So we've got extend the dock to the edges of the screen, like so. I quite like it like that. And I've also got it to intelligently hide and show dock on all displays. I've got that set up, and I think it's bottom of screen and obviously, and I've got it set to small. You got medium and large, like so, but I prefer the small. Actually, what happened with the large there? The icons disappeared, so you have to scroll your mouse to get to the other icons. So we'll go back to small. You've got custom size there. So I'm finding this super key pretty handy for a nice workflow. So you can type whatever you want to type to get to settings, Firefox, and all the meanwhile it searches that. But if you just open that up, it just shows you what applications are open. And I don't know whether it matters what desktop they're on or what workspace they're on. So let's change this super shift and move that down one workspace, and super control to go back up a workspace. So let's see what happens now. And then if we go to OBS, it'll take us to that workspace. Hit the super key and we can go back to VirtualBox. Where are we? Files. Takes me to the other workspace. That's on the other screen anyway. So that we got a clear screen there. So let's go back to OBS and move that back up there like so. So there we go. I'm finding that workflow. I've only been working with this since last night, so I need a little bit of time to get used to that, I suppose. But I'm already finding it an advantage. I am looking at reinstalling probably Debian. I wanted to run Debian with Cinnamon for a while. I was thinking about making my own Linux Mint Debian edition, and I want to see what Linux Mint has to offer when the new one comes out. I haven't looked at the beta yet. Linux Mint's probably one of my most... Linux Mint Cinnamon is probably one of my most favourite distros, but I quite like running Debian as well, so I could have a bit of best of both worlds there. And I wanted to see, first of all, I'm going to try it out. Now, to bring myself up to speed with Linux Mint 20.2 when that releases, I probably need to run like Debian Sid or something to get the Cinnamon version up to speed with that one. I'd probably have to do that because Cinnamon, the Debian long-term support, or the standard Debian stable, sorry, not long-term support, Debian stable. That Debian stable is a little bit behind on desktop, so I'd like to track how that's going and see if I can make my own, because that's the problem with Debian. It's always a little bit behind, even though you've got what can you say, flat packs and snaps now to keep up to date with applications. The desktops are always behind, so that's one little niggle I have about that. So the only way to do that is to run like a SID or a testing, and I think the SID is probably the better one to go. Testing is apparently, from what I've read, testing is fine. If something breaks, it takes a long time to fix, whereas SID, they seem to fix it very quickly. That's my understanding anyway. So yes, we have our calendar here, which is the usual calendar for the GNOME desktop. And a bit of weather down there as well. No events at the moment. We've got our running app indicators, OBS, left click, and you've got these options here. I don't know if there's a right click. Left click and right click are the same, and probably the same with library. So all left click and right clicks are the same. You've got the tiling windows. I haven't really used that much on PopOS, and I probably won't with the introduction of the super key. I really like that. So you can, there you got all your running apps like an alt tab there, and also you can search for what you want to open. That's really handy. I like that. The other thing is you've got, let's have a look, throw a couple of windows in here. So Super and D gives you the Windows activities, which is the same as show workspaces like so. Super D does the same thing. And if you click this for all applications, escape that. If you press Super A, same thing. So it's Super A. So that's how that works. So we've still got the tweaks. The tweaks are still in here. I had the tweaks installed. So the pop shell I've changed to, if we look at extensions, I installed user themes. So I could change the user themes in tweaks to my Quagga Dark. So that is the Quagga Dark. If we was to put it on the default, I think is the PopOS one. Maybe not. Pop. Probably have to do an Alt F2 and restart, I think. That's probably what we have to do. What's the default? Try Alt F2 and press the R. Type R and then press Enter for restart the shell. Okay, so that's the pop theme, but I'm using the Quagga Dark. Bit hard to tell. I've got my night light on, so sometimes colours aren't the best with the night light on, so that's probably why. So yeah, that's just a quick look at PopOS 21.10. Not going to go right through it. I haven't sort of come across all the changes yet, and I haven't really read up on it either. It's just my experiences since last night and using it today. Yeah, so the next thing I wanted to chat was, I didn't make a video last weekend. I normally make a video every weekend. I made one last weekend. I probably made 2 or 3. And then on the Sunday, and I spent many hours working on this video, but I wasn't happy with the final product, so I didn't upload it because it's to do with dual booting Ubuntu or Linux in general, and Windows 10, obviously. I just wasn't happy with the content, so I thought, nah, scratch that and start again. So if you missed my videos last week, that's why. So I just thought I'd make a quick catch-up video, which is this one. I'm not sure what I'm going to name this video yet, but yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I spent a lot of hours working on that video, and unfortunately, the thing with video editing that I've found is a lot of times you'll probably find with my videos, if you watch them, you'll find that if you look at the time or the timeline in the videos, you probably find they change. They go from probably a later time to an earlier time. That's because when I'm editing, I say I'm not happy with that because it's probably not telling the full story, or there's not enough information. And I'm all about honesty and good information. And as accurate as I can be, if that's possible. Sometimes you get it wrong. You don't always get it right. But when I'm editing my videos, I quite often find, I'm not happy with that, and I'll start recording something and show you what I won't explain it in the video. I'll just slot it in somewhere because I missed out. And you think to yourself, oh, that could have had this information in there, so you add it in. So that's what I do. And And it can be very time consuming, but I'm very fussy with what I do with my videos. Seems as everyone's live streaming because you don't have to edit any of those. But I'm not sure if I want to live stream or not. I just like making the videos itself. But I'm going to be making some videos on dual booting Linux and probably Ubuntu, Lubuntu, and Linux Mint. They're probably the three that I'm targeting. Lubuntu seems to get a lot of interest on YouTube. I think it must be because it's a lightweight distro, and there's still a lot of people out there running older hardware. There's probably a lot of people out there still running older hardware, and they're probably looking for, and you know, their Windows has probably got so sluggish that they desperately looking for something else, and I have to think that's what it's all about, or something's piqued their interest, or you know, something like that. Yeah, so I wanted to do some dual boot videos, and I wasn't happy with the first one I did, so I thought I'll scratch that, come up with some better ideas, and see what I can come up with. So that's what I'm working at, and I'll be definitely targeting UEFI and Legacy, probably UEFI first, and then Legacy as well. I'm going to probably make them, if it's possible. It's not always possible for me to be making short videos. I want to sort of make the video not so much talking, just show what needs to be done, and keep it simple and to the point, I think is what we need to do. I might make a introduction video on its own, and then probably just chat till the cows come home, and then do the install videos and the dual boot videos and all that, and just keep pumping them out, short videos. I think that's the plan. What I'm going to do. So anyway, PopOS, yeah, looking pretty good. PopOS, I must say. Quite like it. Well, actually, there's one more thing I wanted to. I need to do a Google search because I did have a problem when it came to upgrading from 20.10 to 2104, and that was. Let's have a quick look. Upgrade error for PopOS 21.04. Yeah, that'll do. Let's see what we get. Actually, images I wanted. Don't know if I can find it. There was this big red screen. Upgrade error PopOS 21.04. Now let's try 20.10 because I was upgrading from 20.10. Ah, there it is. That's the one. Okay, that's exactly the one. So that's what was happening. What had happened is I run these commands here and cleaned everything out, but the upgrade error was still happening. And this is when you hit the upgrade button and it starts downloading the upgrade, and then you'll get this page. So what happened with me was, I know, and you got to think of things that you may have possibly done personally to your computer. I know I didn't touch any of the sources.list. That I've never touched those. What I did was, let's have a look here. If we have a look at all of these, yeah, there it is. Auto remove purge, which was the last one, and then it'll go from that all the way up to the first one, which was sudo apt clean. So if we go to the last one I went to, which was not those ones, sudo nano etc fs tab. Now in my fs tab, these two here, I commented them out. That's my USB dock or caddy connected, and that's what I've got my, normally I have my VirtualBox machines on that. I don't run them from the actual system itself. It's a bit slower, but it's easier that way. It gives me a lot more storage, and it's just dedicated to VirtualBoxes. So I commented those two out, and then the upgrade went through. And then I commented them back in again because I was having problems with any VirtualBox machines showing up. And I did have a VirtualBox error as well. I'll be putting a video out for that as well. A very quick video on how to fix a particular error for VirtualBox. So that's Control X to exit that. So yeah, that's what was going on there. So that's that error. So if you do get that error, just remember, just run these commands here. It worked okay for me. Nothing else went wrong for me. And also the etc apt sources.list if you've maybe done something there, but it was definitely my FS tab. So yes, that's that. So working on some new videos. They will be coming soon. Dual booting Linux and Windows. Look out for those. So thanks for joining me with this little chat. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.